Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Janine from happystylishfit.com, where I give all sorts of tips and tricks for living a happy, stylish, and fit life. So for today's video, it's been a bit of a break. I took some time off over the holidays. But we're getting back at it this Saturday, and so today's video is a third trimester update. So I am now about 8.5 months pregnant. Baby Logan can be here at any time, so we've gotten a bunch of stuff all prepared. But before things get too hectic with his arrival and all of that good stuff, I wanted to give you another update for what I've experienced during the third trimester. So I did one for the second trimester. Something happened to my first trimester one, and although I have notes, chances are I'm not going to get to doing it all again for you, but I am planning on doing some more pregnancy videos with like pregnancy essentials. I am doing a home birth. I'm definitely going to do my experience doing that. And a few other things like newborn essentials, what I found I actually used a lot compared to the things that we bought that maybe we didn't use, and all that sort of thing. So stay tuned if you would like to know more information about all that stuff. But before I start rambling on too much, I'm just going to hop right into the different things I have been experiencing for these last few months. So, and if you see me looking over here, I have the blog post kind of ready, and those are my notes. So that's what I'm looking at. But anyway, I'm gonna have some tea. Alright, so if you watch my second trimester update, you know that I have been dealing with very brutal heartburn. And unfortunately, that has continued, and it super sucks. It got to a point where it would keep me up until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that was just terrible, so I finally caved. My midwife recommended that I try Zantac instead of just the Tums that I was trying, because my limit of 6 per day just wasn't cutting it. I tried Zantac. It was freaking amazing. I should have done it way sooner, and I definitely recommend talking to your doctor or midwife. But for me, I'm able to totally get it under control if I have a Zantac like in the morning, and later in the day I might need a couple Tums, or if I forget it in the morning I'll have some Tums, but I have to take it at night, and then my heartburn doesn't really bother me for sleep that much. And I also make sure that I elevate myself when I can feel a bit of heartburn kind of grumbling. When I do go to bed, I add an extra pillow. So that helps with the elevation, and then also sleeping on the left-hand side, which is recommended anyway for blood flow to the baby. But to be honest, I feel like however you sleep comfortably is the best way to do it. If you're not getting sleep, then it's not helping you or your baby. So I do tend to flip between left and right side while spending most of the time on the left. Pretty sure that makes sense. But yeah, heartburn has sucked. But it's under control now, so that is good. Another thing is that I wanted to touch on is stretch marks. So from all the research I did, getting stretch marks tends to be a combination of genetics, keeping things moisturized, and staying hydrated. So luckily I have genetics on my side with that. I've never gotten stretch marks throughout my entire life with different growth spurts and things like that, where I know some of my friends have had that. My mom doesn't have much stretch marks, so that was on my side. And as you guys probably know from all my drink water posts, I like to stay hydrated. So my main thing is I needed to stay on top of moisturizing. So I've been using bio oil, and I give it all the credit for me not getting stretch marks on my belly. I was using this on my belly from, I think, the very beginning of the second trimester, and I put it on twice a day, primarily on my belly. And then about a month or 2 ago, I started seeing some stretch marks on my breasts. and I hadn't been oiling those up. So I pretty much guarantee that this has been what has made it so I don't have any on my belly at all right now at 8.5 months. So this stuff is awesome, and I've started putting it on more on my breasts and my thighs as well as my belly, and it's definitely helped. But I do have stretch marks around here, and that's just the way it is. So if you're worried about stretch marks, you stay hydrated. You feel like you have genetics on your side, because some people are just going to get them no matter what they do. I highly recommend bio oil, and start using it 1 to 2 times a day from the beginning of the second trimester all over your belly, your breasts, and your hips. You want to get ahead of the game with this and really get that skin nice and moisturized before it gets to the point where it's stretched so much it needs, where it starts to show stretch marks. So yeah, kind of losing my train of thought on that one, but bio oil being a huge saver. Nothing on my belly right now. So I am kind of happy that where it is generally totally covered by either a bra or a bathing suit, so that is nice. Excuse me. Next thing, waking up throughout the night has been pretty constant. I feel like it is nature's way of getting me used to not having much sleep. I generally wake up like 3 to 5 plus times a night. Sometimes it's to pee, sometimes I'm just waking up all the time. Having a body pillow makes it way, way better. We also upsized our bed, which has been amazing lately and super helped with it. But still, there's certain things that I just can't help, and I generally wake up like on the dot the same times throughout the night, sometimes more often, and at first it was really hard to deal with and I feel super tired, but then I feel like my body started getting used to it. So hopefully that means my body's more prepared for whatever crazy sleeping schedule that I'm going to be having once baby Logan is here. I was going to say one other thing for that, but I think I forget. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, a lot of other women like to have naps either midday or after work. I tried having a nap, but for me, if I'm down, like I can't have a half hour, an hour nap, so it ended up being 3 hours. It would throw off my whole evening and like everything, so that just didn't work for me. So luckily I work from home, so I have the option of having this. Perhaps for other people it would be going to bed earlier, but I've just been allowing myself to sleep in as much as I need it. I know I'm not going to have sleep much for many years to come, so I'm just taking advantage of it and getting my work done later in the day if that's what I need to do. So I do find that my body tends to need like 10-11 hours of sleep, although it is completely broken up with waking up constantly throughout the night. So that 10-11 hours probably equals like 7-8 hours. But yeah, that's what my sleeping has been like. Another super fun part of pregnancy is, well, at the beginning of the 3rd trimester, the whole super need to pee kind of went away. But as soon as the baby dropped and is more in a head down position, I want to say that's been for like, say, a month, 7.5, 8, something like that. It's been like a month, and I'm like 8.5 months now. But anyway, whenever I stand up, I feel like I need to pee. If I peed recently, I know that it's just the pressure on my bladder. I don't actually have to go and I can ignore it, but if I haven't, then I'm definitely having to run to the bathroom as soon as I stand up. A lot of other women experience like the dribble or leaking a little bit when they laugh or sneeze. I haven't experienced that, but those things are totally normal, although there are signs showing you that your pelvic floor health might not be in the best of shape, and it's a good thing to figure out how you might want to deal with that after birth, because it is quite the ordeal on your pelvic floor health. And so if you can get into contact with a pelvic floor professional like a physiotherapist or a Pilates person, that specializes in pelvic floor health. They'll be able to help strengthen things up after birth in a time that works well for you. Like, they know the stresses of it and everything that goes on with that, and you really do need to pace yourself. There's certain things you need to avoid. Like, I don't do any jumping exercises whenever I'm at my Zumba classes. I just kind of step and spot instead of doing any jumping. And I've also found that for me personally, again, talk to a professional, but doing squats and bridges and incorporating Kegels with that movement, I think that's what's really helped me. But lots of women joke about how, like, going through birth and all that stuff, it's just a part of life that you're going to end up leaking a bit. Oh, sorry. It's all part of the heartburn, no weird stuff going on, even though it's not actually heartburny. Anyway, although many women experience it and it's normal, it's totally preventable and totally able to heal through certain exercises. So you don't need to be worried about that or experiencing that all the way, like, after pregnancy for years to come. And when you do experience it when you're younger, it tends to come back even worse when you're older. So it's definitely something to get a handle on right away. And then you're not dealing with the whole leaking situation, because you don't want to deal with that. Alright, what's my next thing? So I have been majorly nesting. And I think this is probably one of Matt's favorite parts of pregnancy, because I am so good at cleaning and decorating. Like, it's on super overdrive. As you can probably see, this space is a little bit updated. I went overall, redid my office. We got Logan's nursery all done with a bit of help from my mom. I completely repainted, redecorated, like painted a bunch of furniture, did all of that over a weekend while Matt was away. And then just with cleaning, like, it's insane the lengths I go right now. So one example, I went to vacuum. I found that the vacuum smelled. So then I decided to take apart the entire vacuum, completely wipe it down inside and out. Then I noticed where I put the vacuum, where it stores in our kitchen, that it was just kind of dirty down there. So then I wiped all the walls in the kitchen and totally did all the floors, moving like our island out of the way and everything. So major nesting, and that's just one example. Whenever I clean something, it tends to lead into more and more things, and honestly, I think it's a good thing. I've definitely, like, upped the ante on my cleaning habits, and I feel like that's good for Logan to be in a super clean, nice home. I know things might change with the craziness of him being here and possibly not being able to keep up with it as much for the first little while, but luckily Matt and I are a really good team, so I'm hopeful. I might be kidding myself, but I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to keep it up a decent amount. But yeah, so major nesting, you can definitely expect that. What else do we got here? Oh yeah, so just a couple little things. Luckily, my pregnancy is timed out, so I'm super big during winter. So right now, we're like just finished Christmas, and I'm 8.5 months, and he has been my personal little heater. Whenever, like, I used to always be that person who's always cold, and that isn't the case, and it's been really, really nice. I'm sure I would be cursing this part of the third trimester if it was, over the summer. So if you are able to kind of plan things out, I definitely recommend trying to plan out so you're not huge over summer and you have your own little heater in the winter. Oh, excuse me. Your own little heater during the winter, because it's been really, really nice. And then one last little thing I wanted to touch on isn't so much something I've been experiencing in the third trimester, but something I really wanted to recommend is getting maternity photos. I got some maternity photos done that I'm absolutely in love with, and I'm so happy I did it. It's just a great way to capture that moment. You're only going to be pregnant once, maybe a few times in your life. It's different for everyone depending how many kids you want or end up having. But your body's not like this very often, and it's really nice to capture that moment and that feeling that you have. And there's lots of ways of doing it. I know professional maternity photographers, although they're amazing, they do great work, they can definitely be out of budget for a lot of people. So luckily I have a great photographer that I work with in town for my blog photos, Tim West. And he was able to do an awesome shoot with me. But you can also have a friend do it. There's no need to like get a professional photographer if that's something that is out of your budget. Just get a friend or a family member to do it. Trust me, you're going to be so happy. And then there's also other options. Like I started looking into getting some maternity gowns for the photo shoot. Those things can get really expensive, and like what's the point in spending $100 on one gown that you're going to wear for one photo shoot? Like, so what I love here in town in Victoria is Bump Envy Rentals, and she rents out maternity gowns, has an awesome selection, and it's for a totally affordable price. So she's looking into even shipping them up and down the island. I don't know of anything else here that's like that, and it's a super awesome, affordable way to get those special photos that I think are really important to capture. So that's the last thing I wanted to touch base on about that. If you have any questions or any requests for other pregnancy, birth, newborn related videos, blog posts, content in general, please leave me a comment below, and I will do my best to incorporate that into what's to come after baby Logan is here. And yeah, I'll stop rambling. We'll leave it at that, and I will see you guys later. Bye.